got another video coming down the wire for you, but this time I won't be saying too much in it. It's a really excellent video debunking a lot of crud that Hillary claims. She tries so hard to smear, it's her alt-right speech, and in it she tries so hard to smear conservatives as racists, bullies, sexists. You know, all the typical talking points that leftists try to use to bully people into voting their way, because nobody wants to be seen as a bully or a misogynist, and people who are sensible know they aren't, but they don't want to be seen that way, so a lot of people are, oh, well, I better vote Hillary, otherwise people are going to think I'm a racist, you know, kind of thing. And that's exactly what Hillary is counting on. That is the tactic that she's using, and she is so desperate, she will say anything to win. Doesn't matter how crappy or how wrong it is. And Trump's pretty much the same way, but the difference between Hillary and Trump is that Trump is just a big-mouth buffoon, and Hillary is far more dangerous. She's a lot more menacing. Because if she gets into power, oof, yeah. So now, I do not believe in making fun of Hillary's health. I don't know what her health is. I don't believe any of the conspiracy theories there that say she's near death and all that kind of stuff. And I also I'm not going to be laughing at it. So she has coughing fits. So what? I get coughing fits too, and I'm still around. And it's not as if anybody who's making videos hasn't had a cold before. So no, I think it's really lowball to make fun of Hillary's health. So I'm not going to do that, and I'm not going to include that crap in any of my videos. I also don't subscribe to the wacky conspiracy theory that Hillary is a clone or a bot and not a real human being. And yes, there are wacky theories out there that claim that she is actually a robot. And part of their claim comes from the fact that she used the word short circuit to try and explain some mistakes she made in her speech. Come on, people, I use the word short circuit too when I'm talking about myself or other people when we muck up. Please. Okay, enough of my ramble. On with the video. It's a great video. I've got a link to the original video in the site, but I'm going to include most of it here, except for the first part where he makes fun of Hillary's cough like a tool. I don't like that, so I've cut that out, but the rest of it's really good.
Clinton savaged Trump for weaving
dark conspiracy theories.
Oh, you mean dark conspiracy theories like a YouTube video being responsible for Benghazi?
What difference at this point does it make?
She then proceeded to weave her own gigantic dark conspiracy theory, namely that Vladimir Putin controls InfoWars, Breitbart, and the entire alt-right.
And the grand godfather of this global brand of extreme nationalism is Russian President Vladimir Putin.
That's funny because I don't recall receiving my paycheck in the mail from the Kremlin.
It's also what happens when you listen to the radio host Alex Jones.
Right, so Trump is the conspiracy theorist for listening to Alex Jones, yet you just asserted that a former KGB officer under the communist government of the Soviet Union is now the leader of conservatives in America.
What does that mean?
Of course, Hillary failed to identify the real leader of the alt-right. Oh yeah, and according to another one of Hillary's dark conspiracy theories, Trump is responsible for bullying in schools.
The Trump effect. Bullying and harassment are on the rise in our schools.
Right, because it's not like Trump supporters have been viciously attacked and harassed by leftists for the last 6 months solid. But wait, it gets even funnier. Hillary began reading out headlines written by Milo Yiannopoulos. Hello.
Birth control makes women unattractive and crazy.
Nobody wants to you.
Would you rather your child had feminism or cancer?
Yeah, that is the one problem with Milo Yiannopoulos, is that he can be a real tool sometimes, which is really aggravating for someone like me, because he says such sensible things otherwise. And then he goes off and says something stupid like that. No, I don't think he's the best representation of conservatives, but he also has nothing to do with school bullying. Bullying has been going on long before Trump and long before Milo came along. And the only reason bullying in school is on the rise, as Hillary claims, is because of her followers. The cry bully, social justice warrior left. They call what they're doing anti-bullying, but what they're actually doing is bullying people that they don't agree with. Sorry about the abrupt change in scene, but it's raining outside, so I had to cover my rabbit up and come back in to do some more of the video. Now, something else I meant to mention about the conspiracy theory business is the fact that the birther stuff actually originated with the Clintons, not with the conservatives. The right wing was stupid to pick it up after the Clintons, but that's where it started. Now, back to the bullying business. All this stuff that the left are doing, that accusing everybody, particularly white people, of being racist, that has actually resulted in the death of a young girl in the UK. She posted a picture as a joke. She was trying to get accepted into a family of a guy that she liked. And I guess she was white and he was Asian. So she had posted some picture. And it wasn't a nude picture or anything. It was just a picture of her sort of made up to look a little bit more Asian. And, would he accept her more if she was like that, I guess. But the picture circulated, and it circulated more than she wanted it to. And then she got scared, really frightened, that because of this picture, that everybody would brand her a racist. That's because all these special snowflakes are going on about racism and what's the other one? Culture appropriation. Gosh, I mean, talk about a bunch of stupid things, hey? Like, first of all, if you don't show interest in another culture and you're white, then you're racist. If you do show interest in another culture, you're guilty of cultural appropriation. So nothing you do is good enough for the left if your skin is the wrong color for them. Yeah, no kidding. So yeah, I really hope that the race baiters are proud of themselves for causing this girl's death. She killed herself out of fear of being labeled a racist. Because obviously she must have seen just how vicious these cry bullies can be. Maybe not toward her, but she was afraid of getting it. So she already felt badly for being the wrong race according to the left. And this is what happened. This is despicable. Oh, okay, I'm going to continue with the rest of the video. It's a little more lighthearted than what I'm going to get into anyway, so I'll continue. It's just that I'm really upset about this.
He is taking hate groups mainstream and helping a radical fringe take over.
Oh, you mean like you and Obama have been doing for the last 2 years by mainstreaming Black Lives Matter, a group that has inspired cop killers and whose ideological inspiration is on the FBI's most wanted terrorist list.
These are racist ideas, race-baiting ideas, anti-Muslim, anti-immigrant, anti-women, all key tenets making up the emerging racist ideology known as the AltRight.
So posting dank memes makes you an evil racist, but openly praising and describing as your mentor a man who founded a KKK chapter, called black people mongrels, and campaigned against the Civil Rights Act.
My friend and mentor, Robert C. Byrd.
That's just fine. Hillary also said that the alt-right is
anti-women.
This from the so-called feminist who takes hundreds of millions of dollars from a country that treats women little better than cattle.
Nigel Farage, who stoked anti-immigrant sentiments to win the referendum to have Britain leave the European Union, campaigned with Donald Trump in Mississippi.
Yeah, the key word there, Hillary, is win. He won because the tactic of constantly calling him a racist failed, just like your speech. But seriously, if the alt-right are trolls, who inside Hillary's campaign thought it was a bright idea to do the one thing you're not supposed to do with trolls? Which is feed the trolls. The alt-right only succeeds if you respond. You just walked straight into a trap.
It's a trap!
The people running your campaign are completing idiots who don't understand how the internet works. This has backfired more than any of us could ever dream of. Hundreds of thousands of new people are now coming to our websites, where we'll continue to educate them about your rampant corruption and sneering, arrogant elitism. Thanks, Hillary.
Racist, racist,
Racist, racist, racist, racist, racist.